What's your name?
Dakota.
Nice to meet you, Dakota. How old are you?
I'm 11.
Amazing. Give it up for Dakota being here today.
So, I'm pro-life, I'm a fiscal conservative, and I know I want to get into politics when I grow up. I don't want to get into massive debt for a political science degree. What concrete steps can I take now in order to achieve the goal of doing my part to make America great again?
Well, great. You should go to Hillsdale College, America's greatest college, and start studying now. Start taking classes, reading books. You have to be in charge of your own education, and the fact you're thinking like this at 11 is a great sign. God bless you, and the future is very bright. Thank you.
You mentioned that local community involvement is so low. How do we increase those numbers? How do we emphasize the importance of being involved in local government?
So I think that if I had to give the biggest piece of critical feedback to conservatives, it is to complain about the macro and to allow the macro to impact the micro. What the most important critical way to answer all those trends is, well, then what are you doing? Do you believe patriotism is important? Do you believe having children is important? And sometimes you have to put the duty above the expediency. The country does the opposite right now. That's why money is going up in the value and everything else is going down. And it's not easy, but boy, is it fulfilling, and it's life-giving, I have to tell you. Kind of seeing the excesses of modernity, just always caring about yourself is an awful existence. And it's baked into all of our education system, into our schools. You don't even notice it. How often do you hear a young person have to say that, I'm going to do the right thing even though it's the more difficult thing? So how do we start to change community involvement? You are the solution. Just do it yourself, right? And that's where micro action matters. We got about 100 emails on this genre and about 30 that were really explicit and 10 that would take your breath away. Of all of our listeners and our viewers, of grandmothers that said, I hope my grandkids don't have kids. I wouldn't want a kid to be born into this world. And I think that is an unbelievably evil thing to believe. It is having a crisis of fear, of a posture of fear, an attitude of fear. No, you do the right thing regardless of the weather. I mean, people say, Charlie, you going to have kids in this mess? Of course, because maybe they'll be smart enough to solve it. Maybe we're going to raise good people. How do you have hope without having children? I get these emails of these people, and they say, it's all so dark and broken. You got free choice. You got agency. Do something about it.
My name is Jackie Coda, and the question that I have for you is, could you please speak to everyone about how important it is to get local? I've been very involved in my city council meetings this past year. And there's a portion of our city council meetings and board of supervisors and school board meetings that have a public comment section prior to the meetings starting. And you can make a public comment about anything. And that gets a lot of attention. So can you kind of speak about how important that is to actually join these meetings and make a public comment about whatever it is so that your voices can be heard instead of griping about stuff on Facebook or whatever?
Totally. That's so important. And it's not being done. The number one complaint I get from people that are in local government is they're like, the only people that care or do anything are leftists or teacher unions, and they're the ones that are really involved. And look, I want to offer some grace here. We're too busy raising families and running businesses and doing all these things. Their full-time job is like dominating government, right? That's their full-time job. But if those of you that are retired or have extra time on your hands, what a great point to go spend time on this, especially young people as well. And so I want to just say local is everything. And local politics is harder. You know why? You have to go turn to your neighbor and all of a sudden talk about politics. Where the national is, you can just go on Twitter and be like, whatever. And with local politics, you actually have to contest for these ideas against people that you know. So I want to commend you for that. And local political engagement is so incredibly important. It really, really is. Thank you.